Hey guys, so we have the download for this week's weekly reset. We actually have two new EXs on top of the 1% sparking and LF characters. So this is actually looking like a pretty good banner. I am not the biggest fan of these EX characters, the way they handle these EX characters, but if we're going to be getting a 1% sparking and two EXs on these banners, this is perfect. Like, I have no complaints at all about the new character amount we're getting if this is what they're going to be doing. I think this is perfectly fine. I am 100% on board with this format, assuming they continue this. We saw what the LF17 banner that they just did, the LF and an one EX, which I hate. I absolutely hate that format, but this is way better. All right, so I think we're going to start off by breaking down this Goku. Obviously, this is the blue Goku that revives into UI Sign. So the interesting thing that I want to check here is how much of a stat boost does he get from transforming from his revive into UI? Let's see that in a second. But okay, let's do this. So he is a range type character, but it looks like his differential in terms of his strike versus blast stats are not that different. So you can kind of build him however you want. So with the title boost activated, he's going to be above 260 to both offenses. So he's going to be like 262, 264, somewhere like that. And then defenses, he'll be above 160 to both, which is pretty good because we already know he gets 65% reduced damage received prior to his revive activating. Saiyan, Sun Family, God Key, and then Universal Rep. Pretty nice array of teams there. All right, Strike is normal, Blast is normal. The blue card is the Azure Twin God attack. This is a blast armor charging forward attack, massive damage, 30% special move damage. Inflicts all enemies with 3 subcounts. That's pretty strong because you can land this, use a blast card. If the enemy dodges, you just rush. Right? That's pretty strong. All right, then the green card is draws a blast card next, 50 key, 50% vanish restoration, and then 20% damage. It's pretty basic, but it's pretty good. The vanish gauge recovery is going to be good if you pop this like mid combo. 50% is not a ton. I usually prefer at least 60. But you know, like again, mid combo, you PV somebody, you pop this, like this could be pretty good. All right, main ability, 10% HP, 50 key. He goes type neutral for 10 counts, draws a full hand of cards, and then gets cover null for 10 counts. A very solid main ability. Obviously, this character's not going to be drawing out an ultimate, so they had to compensate for that for just, I guess, giving him this. A full hand with cover null and key and type neutrality is very good. I'll take that. Z ability, 30% Universal Rep, God Key Saiyan, both offenses, and then an extra 18% to Universal Rep Blast defense, not bad. First sneak ability, he revives obviously to UI Sign with 80% HP. Falling effects occur to self when battle starts, so these effects should carry over to the post UI transformation. 90% damage inflicted, 65% reduced damage received, 80% to key recovery, card draw speed. Just a really good base there. Plus falling effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. He gets 30 key, 30% damage inflicted. So he's basically getting what, 120% base damage just off the bat when you switch in with this character. And 30 key on switch in is very good considering he also has a ton of key recovery and card draw speed. Alright, so he has a cover change against strike art attacks. So you can combo that into a blue card. Applies the falling effects to self every 3 counts while this character is on the battlefield. Because this guy is a revival character, you shouldn't really be that scared to just leave this guy on the battlefield because if he dies, you can just revive. So he's going to get 10% damage every 3 counts, stacking up to 50%, and then -1 to arts cost, stacking up to 5 times. Applies the following effects to self when enemy switches characters while this character's in the battlefield. He draws a green card guaranteed, 20% damage inflicted, and 20% to key recovery. So he seems pretty decent prior to his revival, but he doesn't seem exceptional. So let's see. Does he get a massive stat boost? Revival Gohan did. But there are a few exceptions for transforming characters that don't get like these insane stat boosts upon transformation. Let's see. Yeah, I would actually say this guy doesn't get like an insane boost. I mean, it's still pretty good. He's going to be over 280 to his main offensive stat. His blast attack will be over 280, which is obviously exceptionally good, but it's not like 290 plus, which some units have. So I'll take this. His strike attack should be hovering right around 280. His blast will be like 282 or something like that. Strike defense will be like 173 or something like that, and then blast defense will be like 175. Not bad. those stats are good for post-transformation. Okay, the strike and blast remain normal. The blue card is the heightened instincts. This is where you trigger the LF animation from. Remember, he doesn't have an ultimate. So massive impact damage. He gets 30% special move damage inflicted for 3 counts, minus 50% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 3 counts, and he nullifies endurance. 50% enemy sustained damage cut is pretty strong. That is strong. The green card is domain outside of one's control. So this is a stop time green card. This is not an AoE knockback. He gets 50 ki, restores own unique gauge by 30%, 20% of damage inflicted for 20 counts, nullifies own attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions for 10 counts. Okay. 50 ki is good. Yeah, restoring your unique gauge by 30% is good. This guy has the same unique gauge as the purple UI Goku, the OG UI sign Goku. All right, separation of body and mind is the main ability. He draws a blue card next, gets 70 ki. He gets 50% unique gauge on his main. That's very strong. 50% to unique gauge on main ability. That is strong, yeah. That's good. Minus 5 to own strike and blaster's cost for 20 counts, and then plus 50% to the next special move damage inflicted. The cost reduction is actually really good, and I'll talk about why in a second. So the following effects occur after transforming. So he starts out with 100% of his vanishing gauge filled up, 40% of damage inflicted, 30% damage inflicted for 60 counts, minus 5 arts costs, and he gets card draw speed. So here's the reason why the main ability giving card draw speed actually does look pretty decent. He's already getting minus 5 card draw speed from his first unique ability, and if you pop the main ability, he's getting an extra 5 to cost reduction. So he's going to have minus 10 cost reduction to every arts card. And don't forget, he has the card draw speed that's carried over from the start of battle buff prior to his transformation. So he has double card draw speed. Double card draw speed with minus 10% to arts cost is extremely strong. So he has that. He has the 70% damage here. So it's going to be what? He's starting at like 160% damage inflicted there. He gets cover null for 40 counts. He gets 40 ki and cancels attribute downgrades when he enters the battlefield. And then this, I assume, is just going to be the unique gauge, right? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the second unique ability is literally just the unique gauge. And he has a cover change against strike attacks. Okay. He retains that post-revive. Yeah, 30% unique gauge. This unique gauge is literally exactly the same as the OG purple UI Goku. So this guy seems like he'll be pretty good. I think he doesn't have like an overly complex kit, right? And I think if you take a look at this character and you take a look at like a lot of the more recent big characters that have released, like Gogeta, Hit, 17, like they have these really long, drawn out abilities. Whereas this Goku is pretty straightforward. He's doing a lot of damage. He has double card draw speed. He has cover null. He's going to beat the hell out of you. He's literally going to beat you up with his dodge mechanic. That's what this character is. So I think it will take a bit of practice to see and understand how good this character is, but he definitely seems very good. All right, next we have Master Roshi. Let's go ahead and pop this. So he is a range type as well. Wow, 262 prior to the title boost. So this character is going to be at like 268 or something, maybe even higher, 268, 269 to his blast attack. That's insane for a 1% sparking. And his defenses are going to be pretty good as well, like pretty much 170, right? Approaching 170. That's not bad. Okay, that's a good start. He has a paralysis blast card. I don't remember exactly which characters had this in the past. I remember the LF Goten definitely had this, and that made him super annoying to fight. I remember getting paralyzed against him tons of times because of this. Okay, that's interesting. All right. He has anti-blast armor. Yeah, I feel like a lot of ranged characters probably need this nowadays. Just having anti-blast armor on their blast cards, like it just blast armor is just too good. All right, the blue card is the Kamehameha, 30% special move damage inflicted, massive impact damage. Additional 70% to special move damage if enemy is immobilized or heavily immobilized, which I assume this green card does. Following effects occur on hit. It actually draws you a blue card as well. It draws you the card. Okay. Shortens the eye slip count by 3. Immobilizes the enemy. Inflicts enemy attribute downgrade plus 20% damage received. Cancels enemy attribute upgrades. Like what? What is this? This is like purple first form freezes green card on like just like meth. Like, come on. It draws you the card that does a million damage when the enemy's immobilized, which this does. The problem with this card nowadays though is a lot of characters are becoming increasingly more resistant to these immobilization effects, so you have to be aware of who you're using this against, right? So that's one thing to keep in mind. And then we have the evil containment wave. So this is the first iteration of this seal mechanic we're getting in the game. Massive impact damage, and then seals enemy character on hit if all of the following conditions are met. There are at least 2 enemy battle members remaining. The damage from evil containment wave does not cause the enemy to be defeated. The damage from evil containment wave does not cause an enemy with revives when health reaches 0 effects to revive. It is an online battle. There are currently no sealed enemy characters. So I actually think the way that this works, so it says seals the enemy characters on hit if all the following conditions are met. The damage from evil containment wave does not cause the enemy to be defeated. So I think the way this actually works is this can kill an enemy, but if it doesn't kill the enemy, then they get sealed. I think that's what this is supposed to mean. The sealed character cannot enter the battlefield until one of the following conditions is met. The Master Roshi who used evil containment wave is defeated, or all other enemy battle members are defeated. This, if you get this off on somebody, keep in mind this is a melee attack. This doesn't have blast armor. You are going to have such a big advantage for the rest of the match. It's going to be ridiculous. Like, it's basically your enemy has 1 less vanish to play with is how this works, right? So this is pretty dumb. We'll see. I'm excited to test this out. This is going to be a pretty interesting mechanic, I think. All right, so the main ability draws the ultimate arts card Evil Containment Wave, restores own health by 30% and ki by 50, 30% ultimate damage for 10 counts, and then cancels own attribute downgrades and of normal conditions. Okay. 35% Universe Rep, Universe Survival Saga, or Super Warrior, Blast Attack and Strike Defense, which is a good combo. And then 18% to Strike Attack to Super Warrior. Okay. First unique ability is 90% damage inflicted, 65% reduced damage received, 6% key recovery, minus 10 to blast arts cost, which is very good. And then, of course, the built-in card draw speed. Can't really exist as a character without that, pretty much. Following effects occur upon landing a strike or a blast card hit. Restores own health by 3%, 20% damage inflicted, 15 counts. He inflicts enemy that should be downgrade plus 15% to damage received, 15 counts. Inflicts enemy that should be downgrade plus 3 to strike and blast arts cost, 15 counts. Kind of similar. I compare this to Ultra Super Vegeto's debuffing mechanic, but keep in mind this is only to the current enemy. It's not all enemies. All right, then applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. He actually draws a green card next. Okay. That's pretty insane that he guaranteed draws this. He guaranteed draws the green card, which guaranteed draws the blue card on when you land it. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty stupid. That is very good. Draws is sorry, I read that. Ki by 30. That's really good. 80% to the next blast arts damage inflicted. Okay. And then he gets minus 30% to enemy sustained damage cut for 15 counts. Okay. He's gonna be doing a lot of blast damage. Applies the following effects to self when the enemy switches characters while this character is in the battlefield. Source ki by 20% blast damage. This is really... You get 6 vanishing age recoveries of 60%. 6. Activates 6 times. At that point, why even make a limit? Okay. I think this is very relevant for this character because there's a lot of parts of this character's kit where the enemy's going to want to switch. The enemy's a lot of times going to want to switch out of this to a character that's immune to this. The enemy's going to want to switch from this to a character they want or they prefer to get sealed. So I feel like it's actually going to be pretty easy with this character to force your enemy to switch, which means you're going to be able to get your vanish back at a decent rate here. So this guy's looking very good. They definitely gave this character the respect that he deserves, so that's really good. Okay, let's take a look at EXs here. I'm not really too hopeful here, but maybe I get proven wrong here. I'm going to go rather quickly through this just so we can get through this video in a timely manner. Range type, Blue Berserk Kale. Stats are pretty poor. Double Blast, okay. Normal Strike and Blast. Gigantic Impact. Major damage, 50% to special move damage inflicted for 3 counts, sure. The green keys, the green card is a stop time. That's a very short green card. Draws a blast card, 50 key and then 30% damage. It's like super, super basic. Destroys all of your own cards and randomly draws 4 new ones. It gets 40 key and then card draw speed and then inflicts all enemies with 3 subcounts. So again, this is like sort of a pseudo lock-in mechanic. It's not bad, not horrible. 30% to Universe Rep, Rival Universe or Girls Blast Attack and Defense. 18% to Girls Blast Attack. So he's giving a lot Giving a lot of blast. She's giving 50% blast to girls. Okay. Unique ability number 1, 80% damage, 20% blast damage for 30 counts. 60% reduced damage received, 100% to key recovery. Restores own key by 30 when this character enters the battlefield. Additional 100% to blast damage inflicted if own remaining health is 50% or above. That's okay. That's a lot of blast damage. That's 200% blast damage. That's a lot. Okay. Inflicts all enemies with no switching for 3 counts after enemy attack is over. So that's like the LF Bardock, LF Kale and Caulifla ability. Or not LF Kale and Caulifla, just the Tag Kale and Caulifla ability. Tag, assist, whatever. The yellow Kale and Caulifla ability. Applies the following effects to self every time this character uses a blast card. 3% HP, 10 key, vanish engaged by 10%, and then 10% of blast damage inflicted, 15 timer counts. Okay. Following effects occur upon landing a blast arts hit, -5 to own blast costs. Okay. It's getting a lot of buffs for landing blast cards. And then plus 15% of blast damage received on the enemy for 10 counts. Applies the following effects to allies when this character is defeated, 20% HP, and then 25% to damage inflicted. Not horrible. I think for these EX characters, they're mostly going to be better off just served as being strictly support-based units. Like the EX18 was for 17. I feel like she's actually really good, but just these EXs are so hard to get. This character could be hitting pretty hard when she's fully maxed out, because her stats just aren't there if she's not maxed out. Like even maxed out, she's like, what, 253, 254,000 blast stack, fully startup with the title boost activated. So I don't know. She seems decent. I don't think she's going to be that great. All right, Bergamo, melee type. Let's go. Oh, it's a pretty high strike stat, but yeah, this is a very one-dimensional character, because look at his blast. So he's gonna have like, I mean, we're talking like almost 270. He actually might eclipse 270 strike as an EX, but then his blast is like non-existent, and his defenses are pretty bad. Okay, so he's just a very one-dimensional strike character. Let's see, these are normal. The blue card is massive, 25% special move. Okay. The green card is a stop time. Destroys all of your own cards and randomly draws 3 new ones. Restores own key by 40, 20% damage inflicted. I mean, it's a hand reload and it gives you key back. It's not bad. Not bad. Main ability, randomly destroys 2 of your own cards and draws a strike and special move arts card. Okay. 50 key, 70% of the next special move damage inflicted, and it gets card draw speed. Actually, not too bad. Not too bad. Like a combination of this main ability and the green card, like these can help you fish for rushes really quickly. Okay, so 32% to Universe Wrap, Rival Universe, or Purple base strike attack and defense, and then 18% to Blast defense for Rival Universe or Purple. Alrighty. 20% damage inflicted against Saiyan. 80% damage inflicted just base. Oh, why'd they give him 50%? Does this guy have a cover change? Or yeah, this guy might have a cover change, reduced damage received buff somewhere. Because 50%, like that doesn't cut it anymore. 70% key recovery. Falling effects occur per tag. Universe Wrap, Rival Universe, or Element Purple battle member other than this character. So you can get up to 40 key, 20% damage, and then he actually heals the whole team by 10% on switch in. And that's unlimited. Okay. So he's basically starting with 100% damage, plus if you're fighting a Saiyan, it's 120. Okay. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Another 40% to strike, so you can be up to 160 strike damage to Saiyans. Yeah, there it is. Reduces next damage sustained by 20%. That's why they only gave him 50% reduced damage received here. I still don't agree. This should just be 60 still. I don't care. Applies the following effects to self according to the number of timer counts elapsed with current character. 3 counts elapsed. Arts card draw speed, nice. He really needed that. 20 key and 25% damage, and then 9 counts is 20 key and 20. Okay, this guy's gonna be doing a lot of strike damage. So he's getting 50% damage from this. He's getting, so from this unique ability alone, he's getting 90% strike damage. So 90, 80, that's 170. This is 190. He's gonna have base 190% to strike damage. And then if you're up against a Saiyan, he's gonna have what 210% strike damage. Plus he has a ridiculously high strike stat. This guy's gonna be doing a lot of damage. A lot of damage. He actually doesn't seem too bad, but I don't think he's gonna be anything too game breaking here. Okay, let's go ahead and check the equipment, because I think at the very least Ultra Space Time Rush is going to reset. So let's go ahead and see what new equipment we got here once we find it. Let's see. Is there anything? Is there anything at all? Is it just it might just be the Awakened equipment, huh? That's it. The only new piece of equipment we're getting is this. All right, so this is for Saiyan Universe Survival Saga. Interesting. I wonder who that's supposed to be for. Key recovery 10, special move 10. Key recovery by 12. Why is there so much key recovery on here? And then Striker Blast attack up to 30. Not really that big of a fan of this. I mean, 35% to key recovery is pretty decent, but I don't like key recovery is not really a stat you're looking for on the equipment. 35% key recovery, 10% special move damage, and then strike and blast. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they should have added some kind of defensive utility into that like second slot somewhere. Maybe it gives, I don't know, just like 8% to both defenses in the second slot. That would have made this way better. Yeah, I'm not really that big of a fan of this. I think it's okay. It's not bad, but yeah. There's nothing else in here that I missed, right? That's literally the only new equipment we're getting is the Awakened. I think so. I don't see anything else in here. Okay, well. By the way, I think co-op resets next week, so I would expect to be getting a new unique equipment through co-op next week. That's typically the way that they've been doing this, so we will see. Let me know down below what you guys think of the full kits of LF Revival UI Goku and Master Roshi. I think they both look really, really good. Master Roshi and UI Goku both look really good. Bergamo seems decent. Kale seems like kind of mediocre, but hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all in the next one.